Next on Worcester News Tonight, new details in the investigation into Vanessa Marcotte's death, what authorities are now looking at in the case. Plus, a new Veterans Center at Quinsigamond Community College gives veteran students a place to gather. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Madison. It's been more than 3 months since the body of Vanessa Marcotte was found in Princeton. Police haven't named any suspects or made any arrests in her murder. But tonight, they are hoping a new lead could help the investigation. Our Olivia Lemon joins us with what police are now looking for.
Andy, the Worcester County District Attorney's Office says detectives are now looking for a dark-colored SUV that was seen around the time of Vanessa Marcotte's murder. Marcotte's body was found in the woods not far from her family's home off Brook Station Road in August. The DA's office says a dark-colored SUV was seen by witnesses parked on the road near where her body was found. More than 1,000 tips have come in through the dedicated tip line. Anyone with information is asked to contact that tip line at 508-453-7589. Andy?
Thanks, Olivia. In Westborough, police are searching for a missing Northborough man. This was the scene earlier today at Westborough Reservoir. A 22-year-old Brian Cairns was reported missing by his family Tuesday. State police and a dive team were on scene assisting in the search after his car was found parked near the reservoir. Police say it's not uncommon for Cairns to be away for several days, and at this time there's nothing suspicious about his absence. Anyone with any information about Cairns' whereabouts are asked to contact the Northborough Police Department. A local church collecting gifts for overseas children living in poverty. The church on Seven Hills in Worcester is collecting shoebox gifts this week for Operation Christmas Child, a nationwide project to bring boxes to 12 million needy children across the world. The church is looking to collect school supplies and any gifts that can fit into a shoebox.
To come back and learn more about Christ. We just don't want
a stuffed animal, a doll, shirts, clothes that don't necessarily have characters, American characters on them, but that would provide that need of clothing for them. So whatever you can fit in the shoebox to help them.
Last year, the church collected 800 shoeboxes. Items can be dropped off through Monday. The Worcester Firefighters Union is also out in the community today taking donations for its annual food drive. Firefighters were stationed outside Stop and Shop today to collect canned goods, money, and also taking items for Toys for Tots. Today was Local 1009's only day at Stop and Shop, and the firefighters say they received a lot of generous donations.
Everybody's been great. We've been getting a lot of food, a lot of cash donations, and some toys, so it's been working out well.
The union says along with Toys for Tots, the donations will benefit the Worcester County Food Bank, the Salvation Army. Wednesday marks the grand opening of a new space at Quinsigamond Community College designated for student veterans. As our Brittany Schaefer shows us, the space aims to give veterans a spot of their own to get the support they need.
The military opened up the world to me, honestly.
Amber Sullivan spent 14 years in the Navy. She will receive a degree from Quinsigamond Community College in December. It was one of the driving forces behind a new space at the school.
1, 2, 3. All right.
QCC opened its new Veterans Center on Wednesday. It aims to give the several hundred veterans who take classes at the school a private area to gather.
They never had a space they could call home, where they could come together, sit on a comfortable couch, and reflect together on what's happening to them now and maybe what happened to them during their military service.
Employers that want to hire veterans could post their hiring notices here, and the aspect of that sense of appreciation, care packages and others.
Sullivan helped QCC receive a $10,000 grant of federal and state money to remodel an old classroom into a comforting space for veteran students.
We're trying to make it a USO, a one-stop shop. Anything you need help with, we're going to help you with.
And you always hear these good stories about this happening to such and such college. Never would have dreamed it would have happened.
The new Veteran Center has couches, a fireplace, and has counselors available for veteran students.
This is better than we ever could have imagined. And I have all these people's support. I just can't even thank everyone enough.
They've experienced things that a lot of us who've never been in the service have had the opportunity to experience, or things that we would not want to experience.
Veterans like Sullivan say the most important part is having a space to speak with their fellow veterans.
The longer you're in, the more tours that you do, I think the harder it is to transition. So you come and have a conversation with another veteran and they just get it. And that's what you need.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
In New Hampshire, the Supreme Court is deciding whether a man convicted of killing a Westborough woman should get a new trial. Prosecutors say Seth Mazzaglia strangled 19-year-old Elizabeth Marriott to death in 2012. He says she died accidentally during a consensual sex act. Mazzaglia's attorney said barring evidence of Marriott's past sexual interest during the trial meant jurors wouldn't accept that someone like her would have consented to such acts. The state argued that allowing the evidence would violate the state's rape shield law and that consent on one occasion does not equal future consent. Officials are urging water conservation after the Quabbin Reservoir has dipped to below normal levels. The Massachusetts Water Resources Authority says the reservoir dropped below 80% capacity for the first time in about 13 years last weekend. The reservoir holds 412 billion gallons of water when full. The MWRA says there is still a 4-year supply of water, but they are erring on the side of caution. Due to severe drought conditions, Worcester has been buying water from the MWRA and is getting water from the Quabbin. Worcester is one step closer to adding 2 new dog parks to the city. Last night, City Council voted to discuss final approval of a $325,000 loan. City is considering 7 potential dog park locations, which would open in 3 phases, the first phase beginning this spring. The council deferred action on the 5 remaining dog parks to the Youth, Parks, and Recreation Committee, citing the need for more discussion. The Worcester Art Museum opening a unique exhibit this week, a colorful display meant to entertain families as well as educate students. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the details.
The work of a well-known children's book illustrator debuts at the Worcester Art Museum this week, and through a new partnership, it will serve as a learning tool for students at Jacob Hyatt Magnet School.
That goes beyond these years. You know, once they get in there and walk through the doors and see the wonderful things that are on the walls.
The exhibit is full of bright colors and pictures from the artwork of Ed Emberley, who may be best known for his illustrations of Paul Bunyan.
The first for us. It's a first because it's a picture book exhibition.
The interactive exhibition is called Kaba Bloom. Worcester Art Museum says they created this exhibition to be more appealing to families.
They're the core of our communities.
Jody Dada is the principal of Jacob Hyatt Magnet School. She says when she first heard about the exhibit, she thought about ways to involve students and families with the artist.
It began with looking at the prolific body of Ed Emberley's work and then picking out books that resonate with our students.
Dada says teachers developed a curriculum to go along with 3 of Emberley's books.
You know, young children learn through imagination and creation, and they learn by doing. And art is a content area that cuts across all disciplines.
Students have been learning about Ed Emberley's work since September, and Wednesday they got to see their imagination come to life as they were first to see the exhibit.
It was amazing. I thought it was very cool.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester.